Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to study asexual reproduction in organisms. Asexual reproduction is uniparental reproduction in which only one organism is involved. And here is no gamete formation and also sexual fusion. And here the different types of asexual reproductions are fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration and spore formation. Say it once again. Fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration and spore formation. And now you know, fission means the division of the unicellular organism into two or more individuals. And here we can see two different types of fissions are there. That is binary fission and multiple fission. Binary fission, it is usually seen in amoeba and certain bacteria and also in one organism called leishmania which cause Kala ulcer. And here the body of the organism is split up into two daughter amoebae, or the parental cell is split up into two equal halves and develop into two daughter individuals. And when coming to multiple fission, we can see from a single individual, a large number of daughter organisms are formed. Here we can see this type of reproduction is seen in the case of amoeba and also plasmodium that cause malarial disease. It is also called malarial parasite. In the case of multiple fission, the single organism during the unfavorable season is get encysted by a thick wall. And when a thick wall is formed around the organism, now it is called a cyst. Now, within the organism, the nucleus divides into a number of bits followed by the cytoplasmic division. And each bit of nucleus is encircled by a bit of cytoplasm and form uninucleated spores which later on develop into daughter organism when it is fully developed. And on the advent of favorable season, we can see the cyst wall breaks open, releasing the daughter organisms. Thus we can see from a single organism a large number of daughter organisms are formed in multiple fission. The next type of asexual reproduction is budding. It is usually seen in yeast and hydra. And in the case of yeast, we can see it is a unicellular fungus which produce small buds towards the surface of the cell. They may be produced singly or in groups. And we can see when these buds are fully developed, they are get detached from the body of the parental cell and develop into an individual, free individual. And in the case of this hydra, here also we can see from the side of the body, from the sides of the body of the organism, small buds are produced. And these buds grow with the help of certain specialized cells present here called regenerative cells. By the proliferation of these regenerative cells, we can see the bud develop into fully developed organism. And when it is fully developed, it gets detached from the body of the parent and lead an independent life. Thus we can see in the case of hydra, small buds are produced. They develop into a fully developed organism with the help of regenerative cells by their repeated division, and when it is fully developed, they are get detached from the body and lead an independent life. The next type of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. In the case of certain algae like Spirogyra, which is multicellular and long, if they are happen to break into pieces, each piece will develop into a new filament of Spirogyra. That type of reproduction is known by the name fragmentation. Now the next type is regeneration. Regeneration in organisms like starfish, earthworm, planaria, etc. We can see if the body of the organism is break into pieces and each of the piece will rejuvenate and develop into a new individual. And here we can see in the case of this planaria, here this is the organism planaria. If its body is cut into pieces like this, here 3 pieces, and each of these pieces will rejuvenate the lost part and develop into a new individual. Here this part is this, and here this lost part is rejuvenated. Here the middle piece, they rejuvenated the both ends and the tail part. Here we can see the upper portion is rejuvenated and thus resulting in 3 different planaria. This type of reproduction is known by the name regeneration, and here also certain specialized cells called rejuvenating cells proliferate in the formation of this daughter individual and rejuvenate the lost part, and thus new individuals are formed. And when coming to spore formation, we can see in the case of bread mold, which is also called a rhizopus, we can see small bulbous sporangia are produced at the tip of the hyphae called sporangiophores, and within this sporangium spores are produced, and these spores when mature, the wall of the sporangia ruptures and releases the spores. And the spore, it is having thick and resistant wall to tide over the unfavorable season. On reaching suitable substratum and suitable conditions, it will germinate and produce large number of the fungus called rhizopus. Thus we can see in the case of rhizopus, reproduction is by spore formation. The spores are produced in bulbous structures called sporangia. When they are released, they withstand adverse conditions and germinate and produce large number of rhizopus. Here the different types of asexual reproductions we have studied are fission, budding, fragmentation, regeneration, and spore formation. Today we can stop here. Thank you.